Today I want to talk to you about a very important concept called having a plan for your business. It doesn't matter how big or small it is, you need to have a plan. In fact, it's a hallmark of success for businesses. Those that have plans generally succeed. Those that don't, there's a pretty good chance that they're going to fail. So now I've got 35 years experience in business, both in corporate and doing consulting with businesses around planning and around strategy, as well as around execution. I own my own very successful businesses, and they're all based on having really good business plans as well. I'm not a terribly organized people, but if there's one thing I know for sure, you have to have a plan if you're going to be successful. So what I've done is I've taken all of my corporate experience where I've been dealing with businesses of thousands of employees and multiple products, and I'm taking all of that experience and I'm distilling it down into something that you can use as a small business or even as a solopreneur. It's kind of like big thinking for small business without losing any of the essential elements that go into putting a plan together. Now, the thing about a business plan is it involves a lot of hard thinking and fact gathering, because it's absolutely true that if you don't have good facts and you're basing your business plans on presumptions and suppositions, then pretty quickly they become what I call slippositions. And as the ground underneath you moves, your carefully constructed plan all of a sudden starts falling apart because you didn't put the work into doing your competitor analysis, being really honest about what your strengths and weaknesses are and things like that. So this is actually a very unique offer, because in this particular case, what I'm going to do is not only give you the plan process itself at a really good price, which we'll talk about in a minute, but I'm also going to give you an hour of free consulting. In other words, you fill out the plan, then you send it to me, I will critique it for you, and I'll send it back. Now, normally I charge $150 an hour for a business coaching session like that. That's part of what I do for a living. I coach successful business people and how to become even more successful. So the benefit of having somebody like me with all my experience have a look at your plan is that you get that second pair of eyes. And because I'm not familiar with your business, I'll ask you some pretty dumb questions like, well, have you thought of this and have you thought of that? And I don't understand how you get from this point to that point, which actually is extremely valuable. Now, there are two ways that we can do this. One is that I will respond to you in writing, but if you want actually to have a conversation with me, then we can talk about that when that time comes, and we can figure out how we'll price for that. So once I've had a look at the plan and I've sent my responses back to you, it's up to you from that point. The whole idea is that the way I've put this plan together, anything that you say you are thinking about doing, the plan is going to help you go from, that's a good idea, through to, that's what I need to do in order to make that idea come true. These are the actions I'm going to take. This is when I'm going to do it. It's an action plan, not just a planning to plan plan. It's a planning to act plan, okay? So the breakdown of what I would normally charge is the $4,500 for a 2-day session. Then on top of that, I generally spend a couple of hours every couple of months with companies at a couple of $100 an hour, helping them to make sure they're on track with their plans. And there's the actual write-up of the plan and keeping it current. So net, over the period of a year, an organization would spend about $6,000 with me. And for that, what they get is a really, really good plan that's updated regularly. Basically, I'm doing all the work for them. But in this particular case, what we're doing is we're doing as much of the work for you as possible and enabling you to be able to afford this particular process. Now, the price that we are going to offer this for you is quite amazing. Normally, this plan retails at $190, which compared to what it would cost you to have somebody do a plan like me, at say $4,500 to $5,000, is pretty amazing for a start. But in this particular instance, what I'm going to do is break that price down into two pieces. The first piece is the plan itself, which you can get for $39. And the second piece is my $150 an hour or thereabouts of consulting, which we're actually going to offer you free. And this framework has been designed to be used by virtually any kind of business. And the reason why that we've done it like that is because, look, I've been successful in the corporate world. I've had international vice president roles in very, very large global organizations. I've successfully run my own consulting businesses and some other businesses as well. I'm at that point in my life now, being 50 plus a lot, that I actually want to start doing things differently. I love engaging with the people who are part of our Business Mentors family, and I've got a lot of things that I can offer you to help you run your businesses more successfully, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you be successful. So once again, what we're talking about is a price of $39, normally $190, and if you were buying this from me across the table, you'd be paying around $4,500. So you can see the kind of value that we're talking about. Okay, so just to recap what we've talked about in the last few minutes and to show you what you're getting at this amazing price. The first thing you're getting is an international quality business planning template, which will enable you to put your own information in, and it could be like a business of 100,000 people. The second thing is you're getting the benefit of my 35 years corporate and business experience. And the third thing is you're getting the one business tool which is most likely to ensure that you're going to be really successful. If you like, it's the silver bullet. You really cannot afford to be running a business, no matter how big, no matter if it's only you or if there's 2 or 10 or 200 people, you really cannot afford to be running a business without a business plan. And this business plan will do exactly what you want it to, and you have the added benefit of me looking at it and asking all sorts of silly questions, but that will help you shape it up, and so that you're building your business based on facts and not on suppositions. See you later.